You'll probably be stuck when selling real estate if you think that building rapport and building relationship mean the same thing. If you give me a few minutes, I'll tell you the difference and I'll tell you how to build rapport the proper way so you can close sales faster. My name is Yuri Ogwigwe. I've trained over 30 real estate companies. I am an author of several books and resources on sales. I've trained over 24,000 salespeople also across 5 countries: Nigeria, Ghana, USA, UAE, Rwanda. I participated in a sales competition while I worked in the industry, and I was given a target to sell. I was given a target to sell to 20 high net worth individuals, and I was able to bring in 21 high net worth individuals in a single month. I also participated in a sales competition where I won, and I was sent for the World Cup for an all expense paid trip. I'm CEO for Ultravantage, and we specialize in Salesforce management. At a point in the industry, I also moved to another organization where I grew my portfolio by over 100% in just 11 months. So let me walk you through quickly what you can do right now to build instant connection with prospects so that you can close. In this video, I will first of all explain to you what rapport is so that you will know it's not the same like building relationships. I will then tell you why it's important, and I'll close with how to build rapport. So it's important to wait to the end so I can show you how to build rapport instantly with your prospects. Ladies and gentlemen, what is rapport? First of all, we must understand that rapport is what we call the strength of the sale. The strength of the sale. It is what energizes the sales process. See, selling without a sales process will not give you consistent results. If you notice that you sell sometimes you don't, or you believe that sales in real estate is seasonal, it's going to affect, you see, you're already working with a dysfunctional mindset towards your selling. Rapport building gives strength to the sales process, and using a sales process is a must when you sell because that would ensure that your sales are consistent. What is a sales process? A sales process walks the prospect through from when you meet the prospects to the end of the close. A sales process has a series of planned questions you ask all the way from the beginning to the end. A sales process makes sure that when you're communicating value, you move from your primary features, what you have in common with your competition, then you move to your secondary features, what you have as a difference from your competition. Because in sales, we do not sell our similarities, we sell our differences. So rapport gives strength and helps you move through the sales process with ease. Imagine if you meet your prospect and you say, "Sir, are you married? Imagine a lady asking a man, "Sir, are you married? Do you have kids?" The man will be wondering, "Okay, why are you asking these questions? Do you want to marry me?" So, but rapport building helps you move through the sales process. Or imagine at the point in the sales process, you want to communicate value, and the person is saying, "See, I'm in a hurry, I need to leave now, and we'll meet another time." Rapport building will make the person calm down and listen to you properly. Now, what is rapport? Rapport simply means finding common ground. Finding common ground on the premise that people do business with people who are like them. People do business with people who they trust. I'll say it again. Rapport simply means finding common ground. Finding common ground on the premise that people do business with people who are like them. People do business with people who they trust. That's the reason why you see somebody who is from your state, speaks your language, and you say, "Wow, you are attracted to that person." Or you see somebody who has similar interests. The person likes to play football. Every Friday, you are at a particular pitch. You are playing football. Somewhere in Lekki or somewhere at stadium. What's happening? You are seeing that this person is like you, or you see somebody who jogs every morning and you work out intensely every morning. You see somebody who is like you. Immediately, rapport can be built. Trust can be built quickly. Someone says, "Can trust be built instantly?" Yes, trust can be built instantly, and one of those you can build trust instantly is with rapport building. Especially in a sector like real estate, where it looks like everybody has somebody in their circle who they can buy real estate from. So you want to make sure that you have a leverage, which is rapport, so that the person would, even if the person will not give you all their investments or all their real estate investments or all their properties or do business with you at 100% level, at least you'll be able to take something and come on your side. And you fulfill to the maximum, give maximum service, far better than who is currently serving him or her. Then the person would say, the prospect would say, "You know what, going forward, I think I'd rather be doing business with you." Why? Because you served the person at the highest level. But you got into this person through rapport building. So rapport is the strength of the sale. Give it priority. Now, why is rapport important? And I hope you know, when you're building rapport must be built on similar interests, similar beliefs, and similar backgrounds. 3 things One of these three or all of these three. Now, why is rapport building important? I've told you it's the strength of the sale. It helps you move through the sales process very quickly. Another thing why rapport is important is sometimes there are obstacles to the sale. It could be policies. It could be the way bad news, stories of projects dropping, stories of people not keeping to their word, developers not meeting up. One of the things that can help you bridge that gap and move the prospect beyond that to make a decision is rapport building. In every investment, there are people who, in every investment, no matter where in the world, no matter the type, you would always meet fraudsters. Where money gathers, thieves also gather. So because of that, there will be, just like real estate and investments, there are people who are there to intentionally defraud people. It doesn't mean there's anything wrong with the investments. But the only way you can make a prospect listen to you like this and move beyond the line to make a decision, rapport building will give you that edge. And that's why it's something you must give priority to. Now, let me walk you straight to how you build rapport now. How to build rapport. There are things you must stay away from to build rapport successfully. Why? Because I'm saying, you see, anybody who buys real estate from you will continue to buy from you. Nobody uses the last money or the last money in his account and he says, this is my last cash in the world. Let me just use it to buy property. No. Anybody who buys, even if that was the last cash in his account, that's not the last money that's coming to him in any time soon. It's somebody who has cash flow. It's somebody who has funds to invest, meaning that this person has a certain mindset. Even though the person is on a payment plan or the person is paying outright, you are sure that this is not going to be the person's last property. The rich get richer, the poor get poorer. Those who are not investing will get poorer. Those who are investing will get richer. Therefore, you are thinking long term when building these relationships with the prospect, when selling to a prospect. You don't want to sell to someone and go and not sell to the person anymore or recourse back to the person. No, you want to make sure that when you sell to this person, the person comes into your portfolio and you start to manage these prospects going forward to make sure that you get consistent business from these prospects. And that's why there are things you must avoid when building rapport. Because these things, prospects have the potential to change. Have you met some of your friends from secondary school? And when you met them, you notice that you guys are drifted apart. You are changed. You guys have changed so much. So you couldn't even talk on the level you were talking when you were in school. And it's not a bad thing. It's just because you've been exposed to new information, you've been exposed to new people, you've read new books, you've gone to new places, and your values, your beliefs, your thoughts about certain things have changed. And these are areas that can change radically. And that's why you want to stay away from them when you're building rapport. Number one, sports. You can talk about playing the sports as a hobby, but getting to the fanaticism space of choosing clubs and getting extremely emotional about it can be dangerous to that relationship with your prospects. Because when they change their sports club, they will change their relationships instantly. Number two, gender-based issues. Issues around male or female, feminism, how men treat women, how women treat men. Stay away from those topics. Extreme emotions attached to them. When they change their beliefs, they change. Politics is like that as well. Religion is like that as well. Tribal issues are like that as well. Things around, I would have said vaccine, but vaccines are long gone. It's an old discussion. But the point is that these 5 key areas, you want to try and stay away from them in the conversation. And make sure that you double down on the things that really matter, the things that are the core of humans. What are the things that are the core? These 3 things I mentioned to you earlier. Similar interests, similar beliefs, similar backgrounds. Similar interests in terms of, what do they like? Oh, I like food. Oh, I like ice cream. Oh, I like pizza. Oh, I like going out to restaurants. Oh, I like watching movies. I like playing football. I like hanging out. I like driving around town. Likes. Similar interests. Things that they like reading. I like classical music. Interests are very, very sustainable. They stay for a long time. Interests go to the core of human beings. It's not something people just change quickly. Second thing, background. How fast can your background change? I grew up in Surulere from a family of 10. Just as an example, right? And you grew up in Surulere. You immediately have some strong rapport there. I've seen places where people go for meetings and the person says, oh, you grew up in Surulere. I grew up in Surulere. And you see them having some lovely time. So similar background. It could even be background in terms of, now, even if you want to use tribe for background, there's a way to do it, right? Remember I said earlier, stay away from tribal discussions. But if, I think I'll come to that shortly. Then similar beliefs. What are beliefs? Beliefs is not talking about religious beliefs here. It's talking about values, things you hold dear and you live by and you follow through on. For example, I remember I was in a meeting with the prospects and the man says, I believe that entrepreneurship is the way to wealth. And I believed it. At that time, I said, yes. Now, of course, I know that that's not the only way. But then, that was my core way. So I said, yes, and I believed it. I believe it. Now my knowledge has expanded. Although I believe it, yes, but it's beyond that right now. But the point is that based on that then, immediately, we had an instant connection. There were things he was telling people in his office, and they didn't agree with him. And when I got there, I agreed with him. And that's why in sales, as much as possible, you must be agreeable. Because if you're agreeable, you find out that you'll be able to really get into the skin of the prospects, understand them, and be able to align yourself with them. Now, when you're building rapport, please note, you don't build rapport by trying to force your way to build rapport. You don't meet your prospect and say, sir, what's your belief? What are your beliefs? Sir, what's your background? Sir, what's your interest? No. You build rapport by hearing out from the prospect what his beliefs are, backgrounds or beliefs or interests. Then you align yourself. You align yourself and you say to yourself, oh, I have similar, I'm with you on that. That's how you build rapport. Now, how do you even get the prospect to speak so that you can even know the areas he has similar interest? You will both have similar interests, similar beliefs, and similar background. How do you get the client to speak? There are two types of questions you can ask in sales: open-ended questions and closed-ended questions. When you begin a sales conversation with the prospects, you want to start with open-ended questions. With open-ended questions, you can get a lot of information, and based on that information, you will be able to then align yourself with the prospects. Now, how do you ask open-ended questions? I'll drop a video here where I think I explained it in more detail, or maybe I should just even tell you quickly. The rule of asking open-ended questions is the longer the question, the longer the answer will be. If I had an opportunity to meet with you, remember, you can't sell to a prospect who is in a hurry. If I met a prospect standing somewhere and I won't just walk up to the prospect and start to sell to the prospect real estate there, no. I probably want to get an appointment. So I want to sell him to give me an appointment. I'll use an elevator pitch, something that'll get his attention, so that based on that, he can then listen to me. I'll then ask for a meeting. I'll give 2 dates. Sir, should we do tomorrow 9 a.m. or do we do Thursday 2 p.m.? I'll just give 2 dates apart. And based on that, he will think, okay, which of these dates should I give this person? Then he'll give me 1 date and I'll go for the meeting. When I go for the meeting, I'll ask for permission to ask questions. Oh, Mr. Prospect, thank you for having me here today. When we have meetings like this with most of our clients, we normally like to ask a few questions. We have a lot of clients who do investments with us. Hope you don't mind. Can I ask you a few questions, sir? Okay, go ahead. Then I ask my first question. It will be an open-ended question that will let him explain. And based on that, I will then be able to listen and find opportunities to build rapport. I'll drop a video here for you so that you can see more how to ask open-ended questions that get the prospect to explain. And with that, you will hear the signals for you to build instant rapport. Thank you so much for watching. I look forward to seeing you in the next video. My name is Yoro Gwigwe. Talk to you soon.